especially when we are entering such a space where lived experience voices are not only being welcome, but there's a need. Absolutely, there should be, right? Because we are the ones that can speak to the things that we endured better than anyone else can. I often say, like, while you might have a PhD in social work, I have a PhD in lived experience. So you cannot tell me what I need or what it is that I went through better than I can. So that just comes from the idea of just really taking the time to listen to us young people, but also like validating us in those spaces as well, because I've been in a number of spaces where people just want lived experience voices just to check off a box. So when we talk about like authentic youth engagement and what those practices look like, there's a lot of ways the child welfare system needs a lot of work on that as well, because I feel like sometimes that gets lost. Sometimes people invite us into spaces and they just want to hear a trauma story. And that's why I always lead with empowerment, because I've accomplished so much at 23 years old that you would never be able to really see if I start off with all the things I went through. I went through a list of things, but that's not important. I would say the things that I endured made me who I am today, because I was able to find a way to find triumph in all the pain that I went through, and I was able to channel that in a way that I'm able to empower and mentor under other individuals. And it's also from a place of, I have younger siblings, and the way that they channel the things that we endured as well is very different. I'm very outspoken, but they shouldn't be counted out because they're not. And I think like that goes to the point about access and resources and stuff like that as well. Why is it we need to find them? It should already be accessible. It shouldn't be luck. There should never have been a situation where I'm like, I was lucky that I was able to stay in a home with all 4 of my siblings. That should not be a thing. So it's like getting to the root of that and really figuring out a way where the idea of preservation or family supports and community supports is really at the center. And in the film, Camilla was talking about like how she learned that family is not always blood ties. I live by that, and you were touching on it a little bit earlier as well. Family is, you can't pick what family you're born into, but you definitely can recreate that. And that's something that I've been able to learn throughout like my journey while being in foster care, but also as an adult. And I love that they showed that Cheryl was adopted as an adult as well, because a lot of times people think like, oh, why would I adopt that youth? They're 18. We all need our families. Like, we all need a forever home. When holidays come around, when birthdays come around, when you have the moments where you just want to call somebody, you need a shoulder to lean on, they should not be counted out because they aged out of the system. So I'm really happy that those conversations are happening as well, like adoption post 23, adoption post, I've heard of stories where people are being adopted and they're in their 30s. And I think like we need to like talk about that more, and we also need to celebrate that more, because sometimes it's like taboo as well. Like, and the same thing when you see older foster youth. A lot of people don't want older foster youth. And it's like, wow, I'm going into the big girl world. I need help. I need to learn how to file my taxes. I need to figure out how to pay this electricity bill. The gas prices are going up. I need assistance as well. And sometimes I feel like older youth too are at a disadvantage because we don't pour into those communities as much as we should.
All day, 100%.